Good morning, Widowhood. I am doing today's Saturday sit down from the happiest place on earth. Yep, I'm here at Magic Kingdom in Disney, but I'm thinking about you. And today's conversation is unpacking the discussion from Carrie, who is a widower who is out there living his best life. And I want to say how I met Carrie. We used to be in the Army Reserves together, and some of his friends are my children's godparents, Kim and Lionel Grimes, who you will meet soon. In fact, I'm doing a conversation with Lionel about dating a widow because Kim was a widow, and in your heart you always still are, before she married Lionel. So we were all in the Army Reserves together, and we used to drill down at Fort Story, Virginia. So the conversation with Carrie, me trying to stay with the top 3 points. First of all, Carrie is living his life, and when he wanted help, he reached out for it. And that's one thing I want to say to you. You are finding your own way through being a widow or a widower. And you connecting to this podcast is you identifying that you need help or you need something different than what's going on. And I applaud you for that. And I applaud Carrie for reaching out to me and telling me that he wanted to talk, that he wanted to know something different, even to the point where he was wanting something different, where at the end of the podcast, he asked me how was I dealing with my faith in the wake of Mark's death, that he asked the questions that he needed to be able to get what he required in this process. The second thing that I want to talk about with Carrie is being honest with his feelings, being honest about how he felt, being honest about what he didn't like about his wife's death and what he was wanting to deal with that part of it. Because even dealing with the part of how lonely it was being in bed trying to sleep, being how lonely it was missing Michelle's touch, those parts of life that we deal with in the absence of our late spouse is horrific. And then trying to stick those feelings inside and act like they don't exist is even more painful. I love how he talked about that he wanted to date again and being honest about the reality that he knows that he's a good catch and that he needs a woman's company. And I say that to people that are mourning and grieving. You don't have to feel guilty if you're going to date, if you're going to remarry, and you realize that you want and you enjoy having the company of another person. You haven't disrespected your loved one. We fulfilled our vows. Till death do we part. Being honest about Michelle saying that she gave him permission to do things with other people. Wow. That just resonated with me because Mark had actually told me that he was giving me space to be able to do and to be able to continue living my life. And I love that he gave me that space to do that. Everybody may not have that space, and I understand that, but you did fulfill your vows, and the realization of all those different pieces of honesty is important. The other thing that I thought was really great was his ability to be able to just speak candidly and openly about how the death of his wife impacted his faith. That how Michelle's absence upon this earth impacted his relationship with God. I think it's so important for us to be able to just say, I'm mad about this. I don't like this. I may trust God, and sometimes you may not trust God. God is big enough to be able to handle that and to be able to understand how you feel. And whatever your faith is and what you hold as your core, to be honest with your Creator and being how you feel in this junction of missing your spouse. So I stuck with 3. I didn't have a paper. And I'm heading into Magic Kingdom. Yes, my mom and my sister are here with me. Have a good day. Bye.